Hey, so I think I figured out what the, remember I was filming that blue paint all the way in? If I put that part of it in, I have a lot of clips today, guys. I'm not sure which ones will go in. If it looks like it's boring, I won't put it in. But after that, I saw, like, I don't know, a mile later on the right, I saw firewood sale area. That's what it said. It was like an official sign, and it had all kinds of marks just like this. I believe here that's for bugs. That's the Forest Service spraying for whatever gets the trees. So I decided just on a gut to follow that pushed over tree down the hill a little bit. I'm just walking straight down a hill. And I came to this. So it's pretty coincidental, right? You guys think I'm crazy? I say Bigfoots push trees down over the roads, but they do. And right where it happened, I have the structures I showed you, and then I just walked down further. And I got this. You know, you just don't see this next to the road. You got to go out of view of the road to get this. That's incredible. Like all kinds of things going on here. It just keeps going. There's this whole patch of this. Triangle. I see those on Predator Hill and that new place above Predator Hill all the time. See, after this, it looks really good down there. Right there, about 100 feet, it goes straight down. I can't get down there. And it looks, of course, because that's where the most blatant, really unique, you know, like teepees and stuff are, where you just can't go. Or even though I know it's probably down there, I'm not going, because at least in this case, because I just can't. I've done so many miles already today. I'm just walking that I'm kind of shot, and I'm an hour still in here. I'm 2 hours up a dirt road. Well, I spent 2 hours coming up the dirt road. If I went as fast as I could probably get out of here in an hour. I keep stopping on this stuff. Look at that. Look at that Sasquatch. It's an amazing thing. They're so blatant up here. You know what it is? They're becoming more and more and more blatant because no one knows. I talk to people that no one up here has any idea. This is one of the #1 Sasquatch areas, I believe, in the United States. Okay, I know there's others, so don't get offended. You know, Washington, you know, there's these amazing places. Actually, everywhere has good spots, really. But as far as the vast amount of spots and just how crazy, I think this is one of the best places there is. But the funny thing is, nobody knows. You talk to someone in New York, you know, everyone knows about Bigfoot. You talk to someone in Colorado, they look at you like you're crazy. They have no idea. And some of these people, they're right out their back door. They're right in the woods behind them, you know, and they just have no idea. And I believe Sasquatch doesn't like to deal with those people. You know, he knows I'm talking about him right now. If they're here, this doesn't look like a place they're always at, but I don't know. They definitely come to it. Oh, there's another one. Look at that. You know, he knows I'm talking about him, so, or at least knows I know what's going on, or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? And then I can get action, you know, it's no big surprise. You know, just for a monster to jump out of a bush on some lady walking a dog, it's a different story. If it happened to me up there, he knows he's okay. I don't know how he knows, but he knows. Like, he knows I'm not going to go running for the forest rangers, you know, I'm going to be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Maybe the double X is there, actually. You can see it from here. It looks like they're made to be looked at coming up. And then above me, I got this power line that comes through here or whatever. I don't know what it is. Is it power lines? It's cut for power lines, but I don't see any power lines. Oh yeah, there is. They're up really high. Kind of just talking to myself today. It looks like I could have shot that as structures. That's what it looks like. It's actually power lines. It looks like one of the sickest sequences of X's I've ever seen. All right. Cool. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. I really don't. except cool. Since I just started talking about trees that are broke down across the back dirt roads all the time, especially this time of year, like it seems like when they just get here, when they just start becoming active. So here, look, another one. I just passed, by the way, 2 girls that were forest rangers in a pickup, and it was a really tight squeeze way up there, and we had to. I was like, "Hey guys," they really didn't say anything. I thought I was like really nice. Like, one was smiling, but it was anyway. I felt like stopping them and talking to them, but I could just tell by their faces they have no idea, you know. And I wasn't going to get into it with them. So it's just so blatant. That thing just ripped right out of there. And then so what I'll do is, you know, no big deal, right? That could happen. I got these twists and bends back there. Sorry if it's windy. I got these what look to be like hangouts back right there. You can't really see. I'm on the side of the road when you're driving on the path. Like there's a pullover here. If you're over there, you cannot see down there. So I'm guessing 99.9% of the cars that go by, you know, constantly go by right there and don't. But although there's not many pullovers, so occasionally someone probably does pull over here. In fact, I see tire marks right there. Look at that, and it's bent in there. That's the other thing. Why is it bent in there? I'm trying to see if I see these marks right there. On the ground, they're not tire marks. They're actually, I'm wondering if that hasn't been moved around. But it looks like it's bent in there. So yeah, up here, I know this isn't that big of a deal to anybody, and I got these leaners down there. See that? Look. It's so them. I don't know why they do it on the road. I can't figure it out. I don't know why. It's almost all the way over the road. Oh, you know what? It was probably this way. Oh, okay. I see what happened here. This thing fell this way. Yeah, you can see the pine needles. And then what happened was someone pulled it just enough out of the way. And that's what those marks are. And that's why it's bent. Okay, so boom, I'm good. Wow. So in this case, maybe it wasn't Sasquatch. I think it actually looks a lot like the other one that was broken on me and Dan. But yeah, I think it fell this way. I think someone dragged it that way. This way they could get by. And you can see there's just enough room to get by. And I'm sure that the Forest Service documented this on the cool. You know, in every little thing in the tree, there's like some kind of a thing going on. All ugly stuff, but I see other hangouts down there, little perch right there. And then not to mention, these woods are just outstanding behind me. You know, you can tell those tall, beautiful, you know, gorgeous forests to look through. They're in there. I got X's everywhere. In fact, I got one right here. You can barely see it, but it's right. You see the one? You can see the one sticking down. X right there. I bet that's a good forest. This is a perfect example of when they do it. It connects. There's all kinds of structures. Now look, I'm on my bike. I still have my helmet on. Okay. I just jumped off really quick because it was so blatantly pushed over. In this case, not a very big one. It looks like there's been one car here the whole year. And then what I do is I'll look in the woods, of course, right, when I see that, just in case. And in this case, it looks really good. The woods are perfect. You know, and even this close, I got a really good, something going on right there, some kind of a structure, which actually is a small version of something I see quite often. So, and I see stuff in there. I know it's good in there. Oh, should I go in there? I don't know why. You know, see, like I said, if there was a big log, we immediately think that they did it to stop us. And it's just, it doesn't matter necessarily, how big or small it is. It's just the point of it, and it's just, so like I said, we think they're blocking us. But it's just a symbol, so it's symbolizing something. Oh man, and what I'm doing is I'm getting to the top of the peak. So basically I've been ascending for a long time, and then eventually, I don't know how much further it is, but I start to go down, towards Aspen. I'm still pretty far out of Aspen. I just like towards, it's like the next real town. My guess is I'm about an hour and a half. I think I was wrong. Whatever I said earlier. From here, I think I could get there in about an hour and 15 minutes. Because I think when I finally get out of the dirt road, it takes me 40 minutes. I'm just trying to gauge where I am. So yeah, in there is really good. Okay, back there's really good. Really good. I thought I would just mention that, because that's, I mean, that's how you do it, you know. And basically, I'm on this dirt road. It looks like a road that, you know, people come down, but it really isn't. It's so, here, this is a good part of it, but it gets so bad with rocks and ruts. It's really difficult in a car. So motorcycle, no problem. Even the bike, a little bit. It's nuts. You have to slow down first gear. But so it's not that accessible to people here. And basically, here's a road that drives right through their world. I mean, if this road wasn't here, I don't think you couldn't even get here. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to pinpoint this to begin with. And if you did, it would take, you know, countless days to get there and back through the woods like that. And let me tell you, once you're just a mile in there, you have no idea where you're going. You have to have a compass. You have to know there's some kind of a bearing. You have no idea where you're going. So if you want to go to Denver, say, oh, did you hear that? Hold on. I have my helmet on. I don't know what. Was that a bark? You guys probably think I'm crazy. It could be the trees, but with my helmet on and talking, it really sounded like something else. Down there. I'm just going to go and say trees, because I don't know for sure. Oh, I'll bet you anything. I just have to walk, I don't know, a few hundred yards that way. A few hundred yards that way. And I'm in some really good stuff. Scouting today, no time, but believe me, this is already etched in my brain forever, right here. Over now. Kind of cool. Like I said before, yeah, there's a road right there. It's just not used. Like there's not one car all day. I'm the first car. I went through puddles. You can see that just no one's been up here yet. I'm surprised that it hasn't been a bike up here yet. And I start seeing this stuff. You know, you just know it's just bent and it's being held over there. And then, you know, I'm really seeing some stuff back here. That and I'm not even talking about this pile of stuff. I'm talking about this pile of stuff. Just looked a little bit weird. I had to come back at least to take a look. Even this looks a little strange to me. Look at the bend over the top of it. Excuse me. Big end up in the air over there. Another winger coming up right there. It looks to me some kind of a, let's see how bent this one is. Some kind of a hangout, I guess. I'm not even really looking, I'm kind of looking in the distance. So where I'm at, where it plateaus in between Eagle County and Bath. You could probably find it just by the information I've given you. Something going on here for sure. You know, this is the way they do it right by the road. You know, you can see the hangout, the boxed things. I got X's back there. It looks really good. Problem is, I'm not really sure. I'm not going to go down right now, but I just want to take a quick peek here. You can see they have stuff laid out all over the place. Very discreet. You know, I think in this case what this is just so something can stand there and nothing sees them. You know, me and Dan had that last year. We were going to Bigfoot Universe one early morning, and there's this giant, beautiful tree pushed down right over the road. We were like, what the heck? You could just tell there was no wind. It was beautiful the last 2 weeks. And we look off into the right, into the woods, and there's something very similar to that. And then we get this crazy whistle. You know, we just knew. You know, I think we even saw him a little bit. I can't remember, but we just knew. I mean, the noise that came out of that woods was crazy, and it was standing in something like that after pushing over a tree right on the road right there, and just watches. You know, it might just be you guys. It could be something as simple as him just having fun. You know, that was just like You watch the humans stop, they have to get out. Like in our case, we got out, tied a rope, that's when we started getting the action. Tied a rope to the tree to pull it out of the way. And I think he loved it. He loved that we had to do that. And I could be wrong on that too, but that's the feeling I got. Like, this is just for entertainment, to get a better look. Maybe, who knows, maybe he's waiting for the right kind of person to, definitely an X there, to stop, you know? I don't know. What if it was two pretty girls or something that stopped? Would he have done any different? I don't know. I simply don't know. I don't know. But I do get that there's this they really do find some things really funny, where we might be like, it's funny for like a second, but where they could literally belly laugh over something. You know, to them it's really funny, you know. And it could, something like that is a great example. You know, they'll push a tree down, the car's got to stop. You know, probably a lot of times they can't do anything, and they'll have to turn around because they don't have the stuff with them. And this looks like hangouts to me too. You know, so he probably gets a kick out of that. You know, I'm sitting out here all my life. You know, I'd be watching right from here from all my stuff they can't see in. You know, it's kind of entertaining, I guess. I can't think of any other reason why he would do that. You know, he knows we're going to get through. It's not a matter of blocking us. It's a matter of messing with us, I think. Over and out. All right, if you didn't believe me before, with all the structures, hold on, let me turn this off. Look at this. This sucks because, you guys, I came all the way through the mountains and I was going to go out. There's pavement not too far away. It would take me a long time to go back. It just shows you how no one's been up here. I wasn't lying, you guys, when I said a forest ranger. I wonder if she came down this far, turned around or whatever, but I thought she came out of this way. Look at that. Let's see if I can. If I have to turn around, man, it's not going to be good. Look at this random stick over top of it. There's nothing to do with here. Just laying on top. I do have really thick covering there. It's like they want to see you get out and do this. That's why I'm just making sure. It's, you know, again, it's always a fishy area. It's not, I don't see, well, actually I did see structures there, and I saw there's a bunch of sticks piled up right there in the necks. So again, you know, like, why is it always structures or some dark, you know, area to watch from? Or I can see this leaner that goes in there. I'll take a look in there in a second. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. This is really big. All right, I gotta have to turn the camera off. So check out the woods. I'm not buying it. I don't. It's too much of a coincidence. 3 trees. They're all from different. I mean, that thing was just ripped out of the ground. It's still alive. It just happened. Like, that could have happened. For all I know, that ranger did come up here, and they just did that to me. I mean, it seems a little far-fetched, but I mean, anything's a possibility out here. I was just talking about it. Oh man, what am I gonna do? I mean, I can always turn around, but that's not what I wanted to do. It just came 2 hours on that road. That's how long. It goes all through the mountains. There's only one way in, one way out. And I can't, oh, by the way, I can't move these. I tried. I got that one out over a little bit. And then this one, they're just too solid to wrap together. If I had a strap, I can't get by. All right, over and out. I'll let you know how it goes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna run it while I get a picture of this. Dan will know exactly what's going on here. And I can see other spots that it's happened too this year that have already been cut. So this must have happened today. I'm thinking today. Because like I said, a forest ranger just passed me going this way. I don't think they come all the way in and turn around. They might, I don't know. X right there, sort of. Just say sit there. He's probably right in there right now. I'm telling you, let me just make sure I'm not getting timestamps here, so I am. I'm gonna yell at him. So light in there. Look at that stick. Where'd that come from? We got a leaner above it. There's a landing pad down there. And then there's a river. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a river below. Oh, man. There's another one actually got knocked over when those fell too. So it's a total of 4, really. It's actually 5. There's one there too. Leaners behind it. You got to see the stuff I was seeing a mile or 2 back. I almost pulled my camera. I don't want to seem like an idiot. You know, I was going to like just drive down the road on my motorcycle and show you guys all of the stuff that I'm seeing. I got a lot to do up here. I'm going to probably, I think I just decided I'm going to be up here for the next 2 weeks because this is my best bet. It's high elevation. Most of the snow's gone. And it's really, really good. But you really have to push in. So I have these amazing signs and structures. So I have good indications of where to go in. It's just a matter of how far and how long. All right, over and out. Windy. Holy sh... It's actually the wind blowing the camera over. So we got some elk there. Got pretty. There you go. Man, is it windy. Try to block it, it's so windy. Sorry you guys, I can barely hold the camera all straight. Just made a pit stop above what I'm calling Sasquatch Waterfall. That'll be the name of my video today. Look at that one, it's all bent. A little weird looking. I have a feeling, because this place is nice. It's like flat. Like, you know, but when you get to these flat areas that start right away, then you have to walk really far. And I'm about 20 miles in now, trying to cut through towards Aspen. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might do another loop. There's a loop of dirt roads that come back and meet and then just go back the way I came. Because going to Aspen's a nightmare. You have to go over Independence Pass or... So here's the classic example of what Sasquatch does to trails. Okay, I mean, here's their sign, but like, right, boom. You got a new tree down. Oh, I was gonna film it, but I didn't feel like stopping. In fact, I think I can see it when I walk out of here. You can just see there's something going on here. There's a lot of bends and weird stuff in here. Maybe I will stick around in this area a little bit. I love it when it's flat. So I believe, look, that's an entire tree. Just, whoa. Whistle? Just stuck there. So this is the kind of thing they do. I believe they did this. And I'll show you, because across the main road, I always know in my heart they do it. It's really the only way I can. It's where it is, how it is. And in this case, there was a huge old log brought across the road. It's huge. And that was so blatant, like I don't think they were thinking. Usually they'll put like push an existing one over, so we can't tell the difference. This is a huge 20-year-old log that's like 50 feet long that was brought across the road. And that you can tell they cut it, so I was able to get by. But I mean, there's no way it fell. There's no stump or anything, it's old. So you can see, here's their first little hangout, classic little leaners. Look at that trail and just tell me it's not a little off. Just at the beginning. Look down as you go down, you'll have your course 1 or 2. Pretty normal. But right here, you can see the way they laid it. You know, this is them. I don't know if it's blocking. We use the word blocking. It may not be at all. It may just be, you know, whatever they want it to mean. Old leaner coming over. You just know it. You can just look down there, you guys. You know, you just know. That's a kind of internet video when the Bigfoot crosses. You know, then you get the bend there. For some reason, there's a fence over here. There's no private property up here, so I'm kind of curious why. Why is this fenced? Something the state would have to do. Yeah, see, it looks really good. Like, if I was to get pushed back in there, another great area to check out one day. You can see how it's really windy above. You can see that? And in here, it's beautiful. Look, not even a breeze. This is the kind of place they like. Another tree. I'm guessing that was pushed over. I mean, look at that. How is that not pushed over? It has everything on top of it still. It wasn't like it was having a root issue. And it was right next to that one. Pushed over. It's one of those old burnt logs. I need people to start looking for the burnt pieces. Huh, go figure. Number 19. Number 19, huh? Well, we know the new Bigfoot world above Predator Hill is 222. So now here, right off the dirt road, you guys, my motorcycle is parked 200 yards from me right now. And it was so flat, I'm like, I just gotta peek in there. See what's going on. There's clearly activity here. My guess is because it's so easy to access that I'd have to walk back, which I might do. Let's see what happens. Blatant. Old, burnt. Means something. The flat areas, it's so much easier to get them in the flat areas on film. You know, you can zoom. You can actually hear them better. You're protected from the wind, so the sounds inside really stay in here. I'll bet you it gets really good back there. Number 19, huh? 2 leaners right there. I mean, you guys, I don't know how many times I've shown that to you. I don't know how many times I've seen it in other people's videos as well, too, right there. It's just, you know, I don't have anything with me, like protection or water or anything. Yeah, that could be a snow load tree, actually. We don't get much of it here, but it could be like, you know, if we got this definitely would be a spring snow up here. And if it was wet, that's very possible. Just not when they are. I think they even did that, but it's very possible that was weather. But you know, when you see the arch, especially when it's tucked, you just know it's them. Not that I haven't told you a million times, or something, you know, that you already know. Damn, I should have brought all my stuff. I'm gonna push back anyway. What are they gonna do? I'm not worried about them. I don't carry protection for Sasquatch, guys. I carry it for, I mean, I guess you never know, but for other things. You meet a bear back here, you know, this time of year, you better be careful because they're hungry. They've got to be back here. It's too interesting. It's too flat. I'm not seeing any blatant structures. Too many people must come in here. You know, I got stuff tagged over there. I got campsites that are not far from here. And I'm thinking even with that, it's not many people come in here, like off trail, but I'm guessing enough. You know, it's flat. All right, over now. I'm gonna keep moving, and if I see anything good, I will turn it on. Such a hangout right there. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can see behind, there's this incredible bend back there. I'm feeling like I probably should have protection back here. I've never needed to use it, but I know my luck. I really do. There'll be 6 mountain lions over here. Man, if this starts looking as good as it is, I mean, I'm talking really good, you guys, and I have paint following these X's. Why is that? See the blue paint? It just follows them. It follows the structures. Oh, there's some bark. I just wanted to add, I see Rio. I've seen where they blatantly do dry it there, but to me, that bark looks like it just fell off and got caught there. I don't think it's bark drying. It's all off of that thing. Darn, man, I have my wallet like sitting right on there and everything. This is really good in here, you guys. Really good. Let me show you why. I'm telling you, these are the areas. They're almost impossible to find up here, you know, because you're in the mountains. So to find really good, see that parallel. You can see the hangout. You can see the ground. See all the white sticks? That comes from their activity. I don't know what makes them white, but that's always around their stuff. You guys, look at the blue. I mean, come on, look at that X. This is the most undeniable X I've ever seen. Look at that thing. Again, there's blue paint going through it. I don't get it. I could almost buy that these, you know, these were to cut because I'm not that far from the road, you know what I mean? But it's illegal to cut even from the state. Like, it's a little bit much, isn't it? Like, that's a lot of trees. And it's right next to that. See how the third one comes up? I talk about that all the time. First of all, there's an X in front. And you got one right there. And then you got the one that comes up, see? Which used to be a part of this one, and it broke. Which made another X there. They're trying to be discreet in here. There's another old logging trail right there. Looks like maybe 30 years ago. But they can't do that anymore. I don't understand what all these trees are. Unless it's something I don't know about. I don't know. Man, it looks really good back there. Alright, you know what? Let me get my stuff. I gotta go back there. I mean, look. There's huge X's back there. You know, like I said before, you know, looking down the path, it just looks like the type of place you see a Bigfoot on the internet run across the path, you know, on a dog camera or something. Do you think that's a little bit ridiculous to paint? Like, I don't get it. Why would you cut down this beautiful tree like that? They're not going to use that. You can't cut that tree down. I got structures. Man, where's that leading to? Why? It just leads straight into the forest. Like, I get it if they were gonna, like, maybe use this road again. They could, you know, take some trees from here, but you're not gonna go way back there. There's nowhere to get them. Something's telling me to go get my gun. Oh well. At least it's on video. I can't go back now. I'm like, I don't know, about 1/8 of a mile in or so. Here's a spot. I'm seeing a big star structure as well. Here's a spot I'm going to have to come back to. I mean, this is ridiculous. If I see it getting crazy, I'm going to go get all my gear because it'll be worth it. Ow. Look at the big openness. Of course, it's got like some crazy weirdness to it. I don't even have my pole, I'm just carrying my camera. Bends, X's. Clearly someone's been in here marking all of this stuff. Look at. I mean, that's too much paint. You guys, I've been on jobs like where we're gonna clear for homes and stuff. There's not even that. We do mark each tree that has to be removed, but and I swear that's what this looks like. But This is national forest. It's not like they're going to do any construction here. Another number 20. Or something. Can't even tell. Looks like it says 96. So that could be that old, you guys. It could be from 20 years ago. They put that paint there. 20 years ago. Which makes sense, because look how old it is. And you know, when something's on the side of the tree, it's much more protected. So 20 years ago. So maybe they were going to do something? So there could be a million explanations like that. We're marked for some reason. There are all kinds of stuff to my right. Like birds or something. That was a whistle. Did you hear that? I'm like, did you hear that? But did you hear that? Again, I don't know why there's a fence here. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you have a fence there? It's all the same property, both sides. Yeah, this is going to be a way far back push. So what I'll do is I'll come back to this spot. I have 2 weeks before Bigfoot Universe. When I get a real day where I can get one of those guys, we can come up here, which is good. Dan will like this because we can push in. The one problem is how far it is to get here. How far we are from anything right here. Except that dirt road behind me. And there is camp spots, and those camp spots do get used in the summertime. That's a pretty blatant bend there. I'm really starting to like the way it looks back here. I don't know, I always have a gun. Maybe not having a gun will be a good thing. Look at the paint. It's like, it's marking their entire area. Look at this. More numbers there, 14 or something. I'm just doing this. It looks like a blatant hangout there. See that? Other white sticks again on the ground. I'm just happy to be walking on flat ground for once. You know, you see me, I'm always like pointing the camera. I'm getting some crazy noises, but it's very windy, so I'm just gonna pretend like everything's the wind. Yeah, it just starts to get better and better and better. So this is just, I'm not really trying to show you guys anything crazy here. I'm kind of just doing a little investigation. And I think it's good enough to show. I really do. You know, if those two aren't good enough for you, which by the way is one of their classic structures. They do it all the time. They changed up a bit, but it's usually, and then of course off the corner. Now we're talking about one that has paint on it. They took, and then they took another tree and leaned it across right there. Blatant structure. See how it's crushed? Look. Boxed here. Completely crushed there. Twisted there. Cool. Wow. This is what I need. I need a Bigfoot world. I was gonna say universe world with that's completely flat. Well, you know what? I better not push too much further because I only have 26 minutes left of battery. If I get something real good, I don't want to be stuck back there. So what's up with this paint? I'm going to go with 96 because that's looked like a year. And actually, if you look at the paint, it's about right. It lasts a long time on that, on those trees. Back there is so good. All right, we'll be back. Blue paint everywhere I look. I mean, you guys, I'm pretty far in now. I'm about almost a mile straight back in from my bike, which is way back. And I've been following paint the whole time. It's like in dense forest paint. I don't get it. Look. You know what I mean, it's been so long that Bigfoots are they're making structures that have paint on them. because they painted this so long ago. That one says number 10 on the side. So that's what my best guess, okay? If I had to come up with an answer, I'm going to say they were going to do some kind of logging in here, and then it got canceled or something. You know, of course, the boss always comes in, marks all the trees, but it just doesn't, I don't get it. That still doesn't make sense to me, but I have to go with that one. Star structure. Cool, I tell you, it's not, like I said, I think I have to go much further left. There's clearly activity all through here. It's almost like the place I found, I don't know if it's the same video or not, but I found another place earlier today. It was up this big hill. And it almost seems to be the same thing, you know, like these same types of hangouts all out in front. And then you push back further and it becomes crazy. You know, where's the big, if it's wind, guys, where's the big structure? Why isn't it here? Why do I have to walk 3 miles that way to go see it? You know what I mean? It's just too consistent that the good ones are, all the just blatant, really good stuff is deep, always. It's just always deep. It's they're not going to put it where, you know, even an average person starts to wonder what's going on. Yeah, that blue paint's really old, which is kind of a relief to me, because someone's in here marking this stuff this far up. I mean, that's why I can't imagine you would mark this stuff unless it was for a really good reason. We're so far up, some kind of job or whatever. So blatant. I mean, you can just see their hangouts everywhere. You guys, this is all nighttime. You know, these guys are all night. See in here how it's all worn down here, it's all green. Oh yeah, it's just back there a little bit. All right, over and out, next time.